I'm Captain Trip with Boat Test, and today I'm aboard Schaefer's V33 SF. Now, this boat is somewhat Schaefer's first step into designing something that is targeted towards fishing. But not only can it fish, but it's also fantastic for those in your life and those aboard who may not be totally into fishing. But if you like this style of boat, which I think it is a sexy style that these Schaefer boats bring, but you've been looking for something that can fish as well, this boat checks those boxes. Today we're going offshore of Miami, see if we can kite fish and target some sailfish or whatever will bite. All right, Mark, can you show me what the plan is for today?
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're going to try to do some kite fishing and see if we can maybe catch a couple sailfish, mahi, tunas, kingfish, maybe even a wahoo. We've got a well full of bait over here. We've got some herring, goggle eyes, some pilchards in case the fish don't want to cooperate. We could try to make something happen.
All right.
It's been pretty good lately. Let's see if we can keep it going.
Let's do it. All right, Mark, there's a lot of water out here. Why did we stop right here?
We stopped over here because it looked the best. Conditions have changed over the last several days.
Right.
We went from having a north wind, a north swell, northeast wind, a little bit of an easterly. Now it's kind of like a south wind with a little bit of a trickle of current, and it looks best out here, just out of anywhere really. Yeah, everywhere we looked at today.
I'm glad to see we're getting some baits in the water, man.
Yeah, it's about time.
That's right. So right now my job, I'm tending the lines, basically watching and trying to keep my baits in the water, but not give them too much slack. So I'm having to loosen these as the wind comes and goes with the kites. It'll bring my lines up a little tighter, so I'm gonna have to loosen them as the gusts come, and then tighten them back up whenever it's needed. Maybe something chasing it. So we spotted a floater, so we stopped, see if we can get a mahi off of it real quick.
A lot of small ones there probably picking at you.
Nice.
Keep them right there. Keep them right there. He's
Okay.
got follow-ups. Just watch this kite overhead here. I'm gonna let it go so I can get another bait going.
Oh yeah, he's pretty. So we're on this floater, hooked up to one mahi. There's several more down there. See if we can hook up with another one, so I'm leaving mine in the water. Maybe not spook them off. Yep.
Keep that guy in the water. Maybe keep some of his buddies interested.
Right.
Oh, look, he's got a couple bill marks in him.
Quite the pro, these gentlemen. Still trying to get a few floaters, but you can see the deck's a little bloodied. So come right over here on the starboard side, and we have a washdown. Now what I like about this is you have a valve where you can control whether you're washing with salt or fresh water. And so this is good because there's not two different hoses, one for salt, one for fresh water. They're all right here contained in one spot. So we just went a little farther south to some cleaner water. You think we'll have better chances here, Mike?
Yeah, at first stop, you know, we were out deeper, had a sort of a Gulf Stream edge, and managed to get a few mahis off a floater. Just tried to get ourselves into a little closer to the reef, and we found a pocket of bluer water here, and this looks good for it. So hopefully we're going to see a sailfish soon.
Yeah, I think we will. I got faith in you guys. So while we have no fish on, let's take a quick tour of the cockpit. You can see plenty of rod holders along both port and starboard, and there's 4 electric reel outlets in the cockpit. Now, that's quite a few. I think we could get by with 2 easily, or most people fishing would get by with 2. Then there's storage in either gunnel, and you can see the bolsters all the way around, all the way up to the bow. So maybe when we're fighting a fish here in a few minutes, maybe we can utilize those bolsters. Then we can see back behind the cockpit under the hardtop, we've got just under this countertop, you have access to an electric grill, a ice box, or actually just a cooler box. There is an ice plate in there that we are using to keep all of our drinks cold. Excuse the boat rocking, but there's a little bit of action out here today. And then a small sink. Right now we're just using it for a bit of tackle storage, which works. And then just below, there's a seat you can pop out, flip down, but since we are in the fishing mode, we have it in the upright position to create a little bit more space back here. Underfoot, there's 2 large fish boxes. The aftmost fish box, which is the smaller of the 2, is insulated. This front one is not insulated, but there is quite a bit of space under here. You can see right now we're utilizing it for PFDs, dock lines, and some fenders, and also the tank for the helium. We have the balloons, helping our kite stay up, because right now it's not the most windy day, so that helium is helping us out. You can see there's also 2 receptacles here. Now, there is a table that is stored below, along with legs that can be inserted in here. So when you have the seating down, you can enjoy this as a nice dining place. We may pop that out here in a little while or something. So back along the transom, we can see there's a bit of bolster above this seat. But if I move the net just for a moment, whenever the seat's in the up position, if you're back here fighting, you can do so comfortably. And then along the transom, there's 2 bait wells. You can see right now we have a bit of fish in both of those. They're ready to go. They're doing their duty today. You can also see there's rod holders along the transom and rod holder, cup holder combos. You can see there is a boarding gate that can be closed. Maybe you have a lot of people on board or some kids, you just want to keep people off the transom to safely board, you can do so. And you can see there's a tow bar back here. So if you want to tow the kids, hook them up right here, and you can do that as well. But one thing I do like is that how open this is back here. So if you're bringing a fish in, there's no steps or things to bring it over. We were just kind of flipping some mahi up in here earlier today, so that works really well. And then just under feet, now I'm on the starboard side. There is a telescopic swim ladder that is concealed underneath this hatch. Then you can see the twin Mercury 300s, which have been getting us along wonderfully today. And these things, they're smooth, they're quiet, and there's no exhaust. Everyone wants that. So when this seat's in the upright position, you can see there's cushioning on the bottom. That's going to provide a bolster here so you can lean against comfortably. Then when you want to deploy it, simply lift the top up, pull the bottom of the seat out, flip the backrest back down. Now you have a forward-facing seat. We've been taking advantage of the hard top today, kind of escaping the sun when we can. You can see along the back side, there are rod holders, and we can actually set up a shade back here as well, which we may do a little bit later. Now, you can also see there's a bit of lighting back here, some floodlights activated by push buttons, jail audio systems, grab handles. There's also switches on the port side that allow us to electrically open up the hatches to gain access to the mechanical spaces. All right, we got a sail on, finally. But she's fighting a little bit.
Take it all the way to the bow.
All right. Boom. All right, let's see if we can bring it in. Oh, it's heavy.
So this fish took off, and we're trying to present the baits on the left side still. So we're basically going forward on the fish at very, very slow speed to try to gain some distance on them.
All right, I'm definitely appreciating these bolsters all the way to the bow right now. As this fish is fighting us, pulling out. Uh-oh. He's changing his mind. Ooh. Man, I think it's big and beautiful. It didn't strike out today, did we?
Nice job, Trip.
Yeah, beautiful, man. I
That's
love
what
it.
I like to see.
Yes, sir. All right, that one was fun, but the day's not over yet. Let's see if we can get some more. There you go.
There you go. It's all you. Grab it, grab a reel, grab a reel, grab a
Just
reel.
reel, just reel, just reel.
Just reel.
Saw it bounce a little. Put that lever back up.
All right, we got 2 on.
Are you
Wait,
clear of
raise
this?
it. No, raise it,
We're
raise
trying-
it. Oh no, you're clear. You're clear.
Trying to stay clear of the lines out there. They were.
Nope, you gotta go. You gotta go around that one because that long is
Put
still
that
out.
back over here. Putting this up here. Get it out of the way. Then I can turn the boat. How we looking, guys?
Good.
Everybody's doing all right.
All right, so you're separated.
Yeah, we're good. It was
Okay,
a
this
double.
one's getting up under.
Yeah, yeah, he's moving forward.
Walk to the bow. Go to the bow.
Copy.
Go to the bow. I'm gonna back up real hard. Go to the bow.
All right. Woo! I like when the action's like this. When you hook up on more than one, that's when it really gets fun. All right, let's see what he's gonna do. He's still running. All right, we're moving towards him now.
Doubled up with Trip. What do you have to say?
Hey, man, loving it. Let's get him. I believe it. Oh. That's you. We just released one, and we're still fighting the other.
Going back offshore again. Raise that right short a little bit more. Raise it. A couple feet.
Good,
That's it.
good,
That's
good.
it. Right there.
Get him. Oh, I need to raise that line.
Got the leader.
All right. Right here.
Stand
That
by.
one's beautiful.
Oh, there we go.
Ah,
That's cool. That's cool.
woo!
Nice double, guys. Yeah.
Well done. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice double.
3 for 4, baby.
Good shot, Mark. Well, I think we've done pretty good so far. About to head in, maybe drop the anchor real quick, and we'll check out the other luxury features on this boat, because it's not just a fishing machine. We just went and dropped off Captain Mark and Captain Mike, and we came back out in Biscayne Bay to drop the anchor. I want to show you a few of the amenities on board because, like I said earlier, this boat is not just a fishing machine. You can be comfortable on here as well. So as I make my way around the port side of the hardtop, there's a pull-out refrigerator just underneath, a few cup holders, pop-up cleat along the side, fuel and water fill. And coming to the helm, this is a pretty comfortable area. Now, I didn't drive all day, but I did run us back in, so I got a decent feel for the boat and the comfort. Both of these seats, they are bolstered, so it's kind of like a bench seat across here, but we ran with it up all day. You have 2 tiered footrests with a little storage bag down here to keep. Right now, there's a cover for the Fusion audio system that's just behind me, and that thing works very well. We tested that out today. Now, of course, there's 2 sim rads right here that we utilized today as we were underway. I have a bow thruster, and there's also a joystick complete with sky hook and autopilot and things like that, which, of course, if you're making some longer runs, autopilot is fantastic. And if you're making some tricky docking situations, the joystick is going to be fantastic. And there's also numerous push button switches for your most used items, but everything else can be controlled within the Simrad units. And there's also controls for my windlass right here within easy reach and VHF, which is out of the way. You don't really see it much. I kind of like that, but it's still not far from the operator. There's a few things I want to show you up at the bow, then we're going to come back to the cockpit where we spent most of our day, but I'm going to show you how that can be utilized for comfort and just enjoying a sunset like we're about to see right here. Now, as you move up to the bow, there's a flip down boarding step that's going to assist as you're coming on board, and there's one both port and starboard on the boat. Then we have the bolsters that we utilized today, put those to good use, and rod holders just under the gunnel. All the way up forward, there is a dual lounger, and you can pop the hatch up just under here and access the cabin down below, which we're going to show you. And I like how Schaefer has these straps that go across your cushions. That way it's not just snaps or something that's holding it down that you're not really sure if they're going to hold while you're underway. You know those straps are going to be holding. And there's flip-up armrest, headrest, and we have a rail all the way around. And then up at the bow, Schaefer has a fairly unique anchoring system. I've used it a few times before. It essentially deploys the anchor like a catapult. And whenever you bring it in, the whole arm is going to swing up and conceal the arm and anchor down within the anchor locker. It's really a pretty innovative system they have there. And just underneath, we open this hatch and we gain access to another rinse down hose with both raw and fresh water. Also, the controls for the windlass, if you're up at the bow deploying, are right here on the floor. Now as we make our way aft, I'm going to pick up these poles that are stored right here in the rod holders, and we're going to use those back in the cockpit. With just a quick setup, now we have instant shade over the entire cockpit. Fantastic if you were at the sandbar, maybe out at Stiltsville or somewhere at a mooring, snorkeling. Fantastic. You know what, I like how they've done these arms because it allows the sunshade to extend farther than just the hardtop. times a 33-foot fishing boat isn't going to have a cabin of this magnitude. So this is going to provide you a place to get out of the heat and into the air conditioning, a generously sized berth, some storage, and a dedicated head and a small galley. In the storage, there's a bit underneath the steps, a small cabinet overhead and lower on the starboard side, and a bit more under the galley. There's also 4 windows that are letting in a lot of natural light. And you can remove these center cushions. There's a receptacle for a pedestal for a table that can be put into place here. Maybe you just want a place to kind of lounge, do some work, or dine. Hope you enjoyed that bit of action today aboard Schaefer's new V33 SF. I'm Captain Trip with Boat Test. Remember, life's better on a boat.